We have with us Punjab team's head coach, Mr. Sardar Dyal. Please raise your hand and ask a question. We'll start on this side and then we'll move on to this side. Please.
Coach, how's the team doing now before the first match? A new coach, a new captain. So, and some concerns are also there because some people are not available for the first match. Rabada, Livingston, Terrestrial is already out. So how are you planning about it?
Well, first of all, the feeling amongst the group is very good. Everyone's super excited about the new season. We've had a week of really good practices. Everyone's in a good place. Look, we've got 3 guys unavailable from the original squad just at the moment. But look, it's a bit hard to replace some of those guys who are good international players, but it gives an opportunity to other players to make a name for themselves, and their replacements are very good players.
How different has the planning been this year, especially with the impact player rule coming into the picture? Are you still looking at a team of 11 and planning according to that, wherein going into the match according to the match situation and impact player would come in, or are you looking at a group of 12 members?
Well, if you can understand, can you let me know? Look, we've had a few meetings about it. I think, certainly to start with, I think trying to keep it fairly simple and not trying to overcomplicate it. Yes, it is a new rule, but I think if we can make it as simple as possible. Well, the main thing is I think you want the players to actually just be concentrating on what they do, and that's not just the 11 that's out there to begin with, but the 5 reserves that you'll have also. You want them concentrating on what they might, how they might play, because we could call on any one of them at any time. So, look, we've just been trying to organise it or prepare an 11. And if a degree of flexibility about, depending on how the game is going, whether we bat first or bowl first.
A new rule impact player, do you think that's going to be a key in this Tata IPL? And a new rule impact player, do you believe it's going to be a key thing going ahead in this season of IPL? And how is Punjab or you planning to use it for the best of the team?
Well, look, it'll certainly be interesting to see how other teams use it as well. But I'd like to think of it, if you've got an impact player, he possibly should be in the team to begin with. But obviously, it does give you, well, not an advantage, but the team batting second, not just necessarily the due factor, but now being able to have another batter in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see how many teams win the toss and bat first. I think most of the teams that win will bowl first. Obviously, some teams might have a stronger bowling lineup and they might go that way, but look, it's a little bit of an unknown, isn't it? We just have to see how things pan out and see how other different teams use it.
Coach, now the batsmen can challenge the no ball and white balls as well on the ground. So how do you see this kind of a change in cricket? Because in the previous season we saw that some matches are impacted with that kind of thing.
Look, I think the one thing to remember with the DRS is probably the best way to use it is to remember what it was brought in for. And that was, it was brought in to do away with, the bad decisions, the shocker. If it's 50-50, I think in this situation, probably in any DRS, well, it's probably the best idea is maybe not to use it, unless you think it is a bad one. So I think that's the way we'd be going about it.
Last year we have 2 opener options like in the shape of Agarwal and Terrestrial. Now this season we have a slot is empty now. So whom do you see a better option there with the Shikhar Dhawan to open the innings?
Well, if I tell you that, you'll know as much as us. I don't want to give too much away too soon, but look, we've got some good young players. Tade, perhaps eminent, is it? Something like that. Did I get that right? Perhaps. We've got Matthew Short from Australia as well. So we've got some options there that I'm sure any of those guys could do the job. And they're players with a lot of ability. So you'll just have to wait and see who we run out with tomorrow.
We'll take final 3 questions.
Shah Rukh Khan, Liam Livingston, Sam Curran, three of the biggest all-rounders of the season. And Punjab is looking to qualify or finish better than the previous record. For Punjab, the biggest all-rounders of the league?
Yeah, look, I think certainly before I came on board, they recognised, they thought last season that after the last season they needed someone to finish the innings off, and that's our tactic at the auction was to get an all-rounder who could finish back towards the back end of a batting innings, but also be able to bowl. And obviously the easiest way to do that was to get an international all-rounder. So we're hoping that Sam Curran will be that player for us. Obviously, he's done pretty well in international cricket and obviously the last World Cup. So we're quite happy that we've got him on board. Shahruk's in good form. He's hitting the ball nice and hard. Livingston's one of those players that's not here with us just at the moment, but we're hoping to have him very shortly.
Coach, last season we saw that the players are meet together before the matches of the 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago. Now this time, the players joined the team 2 days before, 1 day before. Sikandar Azai joining the day before yesterday. So how do you see the players are not involving so much before the matches, and is it a good thing or is it a...
Well, we've been here for a week, not 2 days. 2 days would be too short, but I think, look, my thoughts on that is the players play a lot of cricket, and it's just as important for the players to be physically and mentally fresh towards the back end of the tournament. If you do too much early, my thought is that you can run out of puff towards the end. But as long as when we do practice, we practice properly and we practice hard, and that's exactly what we've done. The boys they had 2 or 3 weeks off before we got together. My thoughts, I thought if we had a longer 2-week camp, for example, they wouldn't have had very much, not a lot of time off. And I think players play best when fresh.
Final question.
I'll take it if no one else.
So, could you tell us about batting order, especially the middle order? How happy and satisfied are you?
Look, I won't give you the exact order because it's with this impact player, it could be a bit flexible. But obviously with Jitesh in there as well, a good young player. You got Bhanuka Rajapaksa from Sri Lanka, Curran, Shahrukh. There's a number of good players there, and obviously we've got some young Indian all-rounders in Harpreet Brar, Rishi Darwin there as well. So we can give ourselves a number of options with the ball, but also some depth with the batting as well.
Thanks, coach. Thanks, guys.
Nitish, new role है, new team अपना टीम के लिए, और कैसे अपने आप को बिल्डअप किया है इस नए रोल के लिए, क्योंकि आप डोमेस्टिक में तो दिल्ली के लिए कैप्टनसी करता है, इस बार KKR की कैप्टनसी है, तो कैसे अपने आप को बिल्डअप किया इस रोल के लिए?
सर न्यू टैग जरूर है कैप्टनसी का, बट लीडरशिप का रोल मैं पिछले 2-3 साल से इस फ्रेंचाइजी के लिए प्ले कर रहा हूँ, और बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ सीज़न को लेके, क्योंकि जैसा चंदू सर हमारे न्यू कोच हैं, उनकी तरफ से जो भी उनकी थ्योरीज हैं गेम को लेके, क्रिकेट को लेके, वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत ज़्यादा हम लोग एज इन जो डोमेस्टिक बहुत ज़्यादा खेले हैं या जो बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरनेशनल, जो इंडियंस की मैं बात करूँ तो उनसे बहुत ज़्यादा रिलेट करती है वो चीज़, और मैं उसके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हूँ। और अगर देखा जाए तो हमारा पूरा जितने भी ओवरसीज़ प्लेयर्स हैं, सब लोगों को वो सब चीज़ें छोटी छोटी चीज़ें करने में मज़ा आ रहा है, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं जहाँ से हमने क्रिकेट शुरू करी थी हम आज वापस वहीं आ गए हैं। तो वो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं हम भूल जाते हैं, तो वो चंदू सर का काम है याद दिलाना, और वो करने में बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा है।
क्या आप थोड़ा एलैबोरेट कर सकते हो चंदू सर के रोल पे? आप ये जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें बोल रहे हो वो एग्जैक्टली क्या है? क्योंकि ये डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में हमें पता है, बट नाउ इन अ टीम फुल ऑफ स्टार्स, इतने बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं, उनके साथ वो कैसे वर्कआउट होता है? आप थोड़ा डिटेल में एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं इसके बारे में?
सर बिल्कुल, बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं, शायद हो सकता है सुनने वाले को नहीं भी समझ आए, नहीं भी पसंद आए। तो जैसे कि 2-3 एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। जैसे डिसिप्लिन उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है। टाइमिंग, कोई लेट नहीं हो सकता। हालांकि बहुत बार ऐसा होता है ओवरसीज प्लेयर ओवरस्लेप्ट हो जाते, क्योंकि टाइमिंग्स मैच नहीं करती इंडिया का टाइमिंग और उनकी कंट्री का टाइमिंग। कई बार वो अडॉप्ट करने में बहुत टाइम लगता है। तो वो चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान रखी गई है कि कोई लेट नहीं हो सकता, बस की एक टाइमिंग है। बहुत छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं सर, बहुत मेंशन करने वाली चीज़ें नहीं है, शायद सुनने वाले को मज़ा भी नहीं आएगा, बट वो जो रोल प्ले करेंगे इस सीज़न, वो सीज़न के बाद पता लगेगा कि कितनी इफेक्टिव थी वो चीज़ें।
कैप्टन, दो नई चीज़ें हैं। एक तो टॉस का रोल टीम के हिसाब से, एक ऑप्शन है आपके पास 2 टीम्स टॉस पे ले जाने का, एंड देन टॉस के रिजल्ट के हिसाब से, और एक इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर। एज ए कैप्टन किस तरीके से देखते हैं इसको, और क्या कितना इम्पोर्टेंस होगा इन 2 चीज़ों का आपके लिए, और कैसे यूज करेंगे?
सर सबके लिए ये चीज़ नहीं है, चाहे वो MS भाई हो, चाहे कोई भी हो, कितनी भी कैप्टनसी किसी ने भी की हो, सबके लिए फर्स्ट टाइम आया ये रूल। और ऑब्वियसली एक इम्पैक्ट, नाम ही उसको ऐसा दिया गया इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर की, वो गेम के इम्पैक्ट, अगर अब किसी को भी वो जल्दी समझ आती है वो चीज़, तो वो इम्पैक्टफुल हो सकती है किसी भी गेम के लिए।